What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. Let me say this before I go forward with this video. I had somebody that announced that they were going to unsubscribe from my channel because I was talking politics yesterday, which, as far as Stephen A. Smith and Officer Brandon Tatum. And what that really tells me is that you don't agree with my position. That's what that really is, because I find it interesting that when I was going in on Kamala Harris, those same people loved my channel. But whenever I criticize somebody that they root for, or that somebody whose position aligns with their own, now all of a sudden you're offended. Well, I really don't give a shit. I've been talking politics since I got on here, before I was talking sports. So I'm not going to stop talking politics. Just not going to stop doing it. So it is what it is. But anyway, and that's another thing. It's too raw for TV, not too raw for sports. Too raw for TV. So they say the other channel. Although I might be starting a channel soon talking exclusively politics, I'll let you guys know about that. Let's talk about this other game from yesterday. Game 1, Western Conference semis, Denver Nuggets, Oklahoma City Thunder. The Thunder, of course, went 68-14 during the regular season, the first seed and the best record in the NBA. They were a historically great team as far as so many different records they set this year. Not only did they set a franchise record for most wins, they also set an NBA record for most 20-point victories in a season, and they set an NBA record for largest point differential in a season ever. And we've had some great teams: the 67 76ers, the 72 Lakers, the 83 Sixers, the 86 Celtics, the 87 Lakers, the 89 Pistons, the 96 Bulls, the 2016 Warriors. You get it. No other team, or 2017 Warriors too, I guess it's to say, since the 16 Warriors didn't win the title. None of those teams won by as big a margin on a per night basis than these Thunder team. But that doesn't mean that the championship will just be given to them. And then, of course, you also have the dynamic in this series of the two top MVP candidates, Nikola Jokic and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Although the conventional wisdom is that Shai's probably going to win this, it's possible if the Nuggets somehow win this series, even though it's the postseason, perhaps that could influence voters to give it to Jokic for a fourth time. Well, if yesterday's game is any indication, Jokic just may win that fourth MVP. But it remains to be seen. The series is not over. The Denver Nuggets came into OKC and won 121-119, essentially on a game winner by Aaron Gordon. Came after, I think, a missed Chet Holmgren free throw. Matter of fact, I think he missed both free throws. Russell Westbrook pushed the rock. This is an older Russ. I think if he was younger, he might have tried to force something. But he saw a trailing Aaron Gordon, gave him a great pass. Aaron Gordon caught it in rhythm. Well, I can't say he was in rhythm, actually. He wasn't in the shooting mode. But he caught it, pulled up, money. And pretty much the game was over. I mean, I think there was a desperation heave by one of the Thunder players. I can't remember was it Holmgren or somebody? But anyway, it was well short, and the Thunder blew a lead. It was kind of similar to what happened with this Celtics-Knicks game. Late down the stretch, it looked like the Thunder had the game won, but Denver was able to trudge back into the game. Nikola Jokic had a monster performance, 42 points, 22 rebounds, and 6 assists. And that's with the Thunder largely double teaming him a lot in the game, trying to keep him from being a passer. So they made him more of a scorer, and he did something that only has happened 5 times in the history of NBA playoffs. A guy going for 40 points, 20 rebounds, at least 5 assists in a game. The last guy to do it, Giannis Antetokounmpo, back in 2022 for Milwaukee Bucks. Shaq did it back in, I think it was 2001 with the Lakers. And the other guy to do it, Wilt Chamberlain. He did it twice in the playoffs. So that's rarefied air for Nikola Jokic. But he got a lot of help, man. I'm already seeing a bunch of Jokic fans using this performance as, you know what I'm saying, the motivation that they all of a sudden talk about the MVP race. And I'm like, Jesus, can you guys focus on winning the goddamn series? You're still talking about the MVP race. Who cares? That's all they care about. That's why I have a problem with Jokic fans, because they don't really give a shit about who wins this series. Well, maybe they do in this particular case because it's against Shea. They only care about that fucking MVP award. Whereas real Denver Nuggets fans and real Jokic fans, they care about this guy not only just winning, not only the team, not just the guy, but they care about the team winning. And they want everybody to play well. Jokic, some of these Jokic fanboys, they're only interested in Jokic performing well. They don't care if the Nuggets win. As a matter of fact, some of these disgusting Jokic fans, they actually kind of want the Nuggets to lose, so it can continue with this narrative. Jokic doesn't have any help. He's doing all of this for nothing. They need to get him some help. He's put up all these stats, and they're still losing, blah, blah, blah. They don't care. All they care about is him pounding up MVPs. He got that one title out of the way, so they don't really care. And I know what I'm talking about, because I see how they communicate and debate about this situation. They don't really care about Denver winning. They're not really amped that Denver stole one in OKC. All they care about is Jokic's performance. But he had help last night. Russell Westbrook, 18 points, 7 of 13 from the floor. You had Jamal Murray, 21 points, although he was only 6 of 16 from the floor. Carl Braun, 11 points. Aaron Gordon, 22 points, 14 rebounds. And another game winner. Another game winner. You know what I'm saying? Of course, he had that game winner in game 4 of the first round series from the Clippers, that put back dunk. So this is his second game winner of this postseason. I remember a couple years ago, I think during the championship run, Jamal Murray had like a couple of game winners then. I think last year, Jamal Murray had a couple of game winners. But, you know, the extreme Jokic fanboys will say that this guy never has any help. Alex Caruso had 20 points as well for the Thunder. And they were led by Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, who had 33 points, 10 rebounds, 8 assists, and 2 steals. But it wasn't enough. It wasn't enough. And Jokic was 15 of 29 from the floor and 10 of 13 from the line. Michael Porter Jr. had an awful performance. Only 2 points on 1 of 8 shooting. So, man, the Nuggets did what they had to do, man. Even if the Nuggets get blown out in game 2 by the Thunder, they did what they had to do. And that's still won at OKC. You know? So the Thunder now have to win at Denver to win this series. And that remains to be seen, man. 'Cause let me tell you something. If this Thunder team loses in the semifinals, they'll go down as one of the most disappointing what-ifs in the history of the NBA. In the history of the NBA. They would go down as one of the most disappointing. They would be right there with that 67-win Mavericks team that got beaten in the first round by that We Believe Warriors team. Remember that, 2007? They'll be right there with them. And remember, Dirk won the MVP that year, even though they got, their ass whooped in the first round. But anyway, this is a great playoff so far, man. And I'm loving the basketball. The officials are not taking over games. They're letting the games be more physical. And that's why ratings are up. But anyway, tell me what you guys think.